Donald Trump is facing even more legal problems these days now that the House of Representatives and probably the Senate are going to investigate him for his alleged extortion plot with oil executives in this country. Now, in case you didn't catch the segment earlier this week, what happened was that about a week or so ago, Donald Trump has a big fundraiser with the heads of all the major oil companies and the oil lobbying groups and basically anybody connected to fossil fuels. He gets up on stage and he tells these people, you give me $1 billion because you guys have it between you. You make a lot of money. Give me $1 billion. And when I get back into the White House, I will cut your regulations. I will kill wind energy, kill renewable energy of any kind, solar. I will let you drill throughout the Gulf of Mexico, destroy the Arctic with your product. You can drill, baby, drill, but you got to give me $1 billion. You know, like some kind of perverted version of Dr. Evil, except actually far more evil. And after that story broke, it became clear to everybody who read what Donald Trump actually said that this was either bribery, a quid pro quo, or extortion. That's what I like to call it. Either way, all three of those things are totally illegal. And now Donald Trump is facing an investigation from the House of Representatives and likely one in the Senate as well. So what happened was about a day ago, Jamie Raskin with the House Oversight Committee sent a letter, and the letter went to the heads of the American Petroleum Institute, Chinnery Energy, Chesapeake Energy, Chevron, Continental Resources, EQT Corporation, ExxonMobil, Occidental Petroleum, and Venture Global LNG, liquefied natural gas. And in this letter, Jamie Raskin says, quote, executives appear to have attended Trump's fundraiser dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and media reports raise significant potential ethical, campaign finance, and legal issues that would flow from the effective sale of American energy and regulatory policy to commercial interests in return for large campaign contributions. Mr. Trump's unvarnished quid pro quo offer is especially troubling evidence in light of recent accounts that the U.S. oil industry is drawing up ready to sign executive orders for Donald Trump aimed at pushing natural gas exports, cutting drilling costs, and increasing offshore oil leases in case he wins a second term. These preparatory actions suggest that certain oil and gas companies, which have a track record of using deceitful tactics to undermine effective climate policy, may have already accepted or facilitated Mr. Trump's explicit corrupt bargain. He goes on to say, the Committee on Oversight and Accountability is the principal oversight committee of the House of Representatives and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time. The requested information is needed to investigate and legislate on matters related to presidential and presidential candidate ethics and to continue to address the major ethics crisis created by Donald Trump's efforts to profit off the presidency. He is seeking, according to the letter, copies of materials distributed during the event, descriptions of all policy proposals and related campaign contributions discussed, and draft executive orders or policy paperwork prepared by members of the companies. So, lot to digest there. And for the record, earlier this week, Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse basically said he was considering launching an investigation which would do much better in the Senate than it would in the House because Democrats do not have a majority in the House. So that's not going to go anywhere. Just being real with you, I don't even like to say it, but that is the reality. I love what Jamie Raskin is doing, but because he is not in the majority, that's not going to be a real investigation, unfortunately. Republicans will shut it down. In the Senate, on the other hand, that one has a real chance. And it's undeniable what Donald Trump did. Now, again, I said this in the segment earlier this week, so let me reiterate it here. Politicians of both parties do this all the time, almost every day. Except nobody says the quiet part out loud. Usually it's the industry coming to the politician via a lobbyist and saying, oh, by the way, you got some legislation coming up and we really don't want that to pass. That's horrible legislation. That would hurt us. Oh, almost forgot. Here's your $10,000 campaign donation. Thank you. And the member of Congress says, no, thank you. And there's this understood agreement, but because it's not spoken verbally, it's technically not illegal. I know that sounds stupid, but that's the way it is. But if the lobbyist or if the company itself goes up to him and says, look, I got a check for $10,000 ready to go for you, but I'm not going to give it to you unless you vote against this legislation. that's when it becomes illegal. That's 100% illegal, and that is basically what Donald Trump did according to the reports. You want to know something else disgusting? One corporate media outlet, one cable news outlet reported on this. The only cable news outlet that reported on this meeting that Trump had that now is leading to an investigation, MSNBC. CNN didn't touch it. And of course, none of the other conservative outlets touched it. CNBC didn't touch it. Nobody else touched it other than MSNBC. ABC, CBS, NBC, nobody. So that tells you everything you need to know. It involves fossil fuel. It's related to climate change. Oh, we don't want to talk about it. Everybody's going to tune out, right? This is a massive scandal that deserves far more attention than it has gotten. So hopefully, with both Raskin in the House and White House in the Senate calling attention to this, hopefully people start paying attention, because this is going to end up being a big freaking deal. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.